Welcome back to another week of marathon training. Just finished up the first run of the week. Monday is one of my rest days. So as you saw there at the beginning, it's Tuesday. Did 8 kilometers this morning. Started off this week with a nice shorter run, shorter than what I've been doing. I don't want you to think that I think that 8 kilometers is short. It's not. It's long. In fact, if you get out there and do any running, any walking, whatever your level is, I'm proud of you. I'm glad you did it. Because that's where I started. I started with walking, and then started with some run walking. Run segments were like 30 seconds, and walk breaks were like 5 minutes in between. But you gotta start somewhere. But all that to say, got talking here and didn't even tell you who I am. My name's Tim, if you're joining us for the first time, and I've been on what I call my freedom journey. I started out about April of last year, 2025, at 355 pounds, and through primarily fixing my nutrition, I've been able to work my way down to about 230. It's been sticking there the last couple months, quite frustrating that the scale is not behaving itself, but so be it. Focus is the marathon training right now, so that's all we're working on. But I'm going to get back to the house here and get this day crossed off, get to work, and do it all over again tomorrow. Hoping to share an example of someone who doesn't do this for a living, someone who works 40 plus hours a week, has a normal job, is a normal person trying to do these kind of things, improve my life, improve my health and fitness. And that's kind of the purpose of the freedom journey. I wanted to regain freedom in my life, my body, my finances, all those things. And that's what I've been slowly working towards, trying to build the habits and systems to do that. And this started out just trying to learn to eat better and track everything that I eat, and that then is reflected by losing the fat and the weight. And then after that, realized that I could run a little bit, and it had been a dream since I was a little kid to run a marathon for some reason, and just kind of wondered if I could. So that's something that I'm working toward now. And I say it every week, I'll say it again, I do not recommend doing it this way. I don't recommend trying to lose weight and train for a marathon kind of all at the same time. Definitely work up towards something like a 5K, run that, kind of keep that level of fitness and movements, but I would highly recommend focus on your body composition first, losing the fat, kind of getting down to where you want, and then working from there, because then you can do all the work in calorie maintenance, or maybe even a tiny calorie surplus, rather than trying to do a calorie deficit and all of this training at the same time. So it just increases risk for injury is all. It makes it way more difficult. But I'm crazy, and I'm impatient and stubborn and all those things. So I just went ahead and got started, and that's what we're on. That's the journey that we're on this year, the thing that we're doing. Next year, already looking at some other bigger things, some different things, and hopefully the running stays enjoyable, and that's kind of the way that I'll go. If not, I'll find something else and definitely keep moving and keep improving myself. So if you're interested in that kind of journey, definitely be sure to subscribe and follow along. But as I said like 2 minutes ago, I think it was, we'll get back, cross this day off, and then you'll join me again dark 30 on tomorrow's run. I think it's another 8 kilometers, but we'll get this done. And that wraps up Wednesday morning, another 8 kilometers. Not sure what's going on, or what happened rather, with my right knee on that Sunday run. I know I mentioned it in the video, but it keeps paining me a little bit, so just trying to pay attention to it. Everything feels okay right now. It just kind of flares up every once in a while, so just trying to take it easy and make sure I don't injure myself too badly. I think I've already injured myself, but I think that's kind of par for the course for all this stuff. You are very slightly injuring your body and then repairing it. But I did some research. Looks like collagen peptides can help with joint and tendon and ligament repair, all that stuff. So my girlfriend already had some of that, so I'm going to start taking that in the morning with some vitamin C. Apparently you need both at the same time. I don't know for sure. I'm no expert in this stuff, but doing some quick research online, and it looks like if you take it when like have it in your system, like when you're like doing the damage to those things, like running or whatever, that's kind of best because it's there to repair everything right away. So we'll do that this week. It's a easier week as well, recovery week, so we'll just start up on that, and hopefully everything recovers quickly, but just keep at it. Let's cross this day off. I noticed yesterday I accidentally crossed off Monday only, which is my rest day, so I crossed off Tuesday last night. We'll get Wednesday crossed off here. I still haven't, I think we're in week 36 or something. 36? I don't know. I'll look at the chart here and turn the camera back on me, because I wanted to kind of start paying attention to specifically what week of the training that I'm in, because all these weeks kind of have run together and it just feels like the same thing over and over, which it basically is, but announcing the week that I'm in can kind of help signify the passage of time, if you will, for anybody watching along. But I'll get that crossed off and check what week we're in as well. And it looks like I was a little short on the week, so we're on week 38, and we've got the 5-miler, the first 5-miler race coming up for the road race series with the Memphis Runners Track Club. So that's this weekend. Probably going to make extra sure that I take it easy. I was thinking about running one of each of the 5-mile and the 10K a little bit faster, but I don't know, with the way my knees been feeling, that's probably not a good idea. So we'll play it by ear when we get there. Probably just take it easy, do a nice slow run. But I don't know what's going on with my hair. It keeps distracting me. But yeah, no, week 38 out of a total of 55 weeks. So week 55 will be when the actual race is. So coming up on it quickly, still several months away, but in comparison to how much I've already done, there's not too much left there. Like a third of it left. So nearly there. See you tomorrow. Good Thursday morning. Finally wrapped up today. 7 kilometers. I don't know what it was about today, but it felt like a literal eternity trying to get this thing done this morning. Very weird. But I've been considering trying to get a couple more recovery weeks or something in here. My knee's still kind of bugging me a little bit. I just want to be careful at the end of the plan, I've actually got 2 long runs that go over or kind of push just past the 20-mile mark, and I think doing 2 of those isn't necessarily required and might even be more of like a not advanced, but definitely not a beginner move to do. I put them both in there because I wanted to kind of make sure I had the best chance possible, but not sure if that's the best idea at this point. Might be a better idea to almost kind of get a couple week reset, if you will. Maybe stick at this amount. I'm going to do some research and see, just figure it out, because I don't want kind of built up fatigue carrying over and over and over and then end up with some kind of worse injury near the end. But we'll figure it out. I'm trying to be careful and one step at a time out here. But I get back, cross this day off, and get off to work. And that's Friday, all wrapped up. Wait, Friday? Yeah, Friday. Goodness, my brain's all fried. Girlfriend was thinking it was a day earlier in this week. I think she was trying to shorten the week for me, but sadly, that doesn't work that way. So I've been all confused too. I keep thinking it's a different day, but finished up. Glad to be done. Actually pushed it a little bit to try to get my heart rate up in the appropriate zone. Everything felt mostly good. Still a little tinge in my knee. Ankle's feeling good. But I was getting super concerned about the knee and the ankle and just kind of everything, and then feeling like I need to run slower, even though my heart rate isn't getting up. So took another look at my training plan, and originally I had tried to build in two longer runs at the end that went up to about 19-20 miles, because I had done some reading and like that could help get better times and all these things. Definitely more an intermediate type thing. That's the word I was trying to think of yesterday. I was like, beginner and advanced. What's the word in between? I thought of it later as I was getting ready for work. But I think that's more of an intermediate to advanced type thing. Having a couple of those bigger, 19, 20, 22 mile runs before a marathon, before you taper down for the actual race. But then, as I was looking over the plan to try to make that happen, I had accidentally ended up with basically 3 of them. One of them was just a tiny bit shorter. So I removed the last one, which kind of ended up giving me 3 weeks back in the plan. So I'm gonna basically redo this week, next week, have another consolidation or recovery week, and then I spaced the other 2 out kind of within what I've got left. Just figured that was a good idea. I don't think, from kind of everything that I look at, normally you don't have training blocks that go 57 or whatever weeks straight, and I've been doing 30 whatever this week is straight worth of training blocks, basically, or training. just increasing, and was getting kind of concerned that the fatigue was carrying over too much and I just couldn't recover from it. Stress kind of spiked up at work, which if you're kind of riding the knife's edge of what you can recover from with calorie deficit and increase in training and not being a runner before this, and kind of lots of weight loss beforehand, all those things, throwing in a ton of extra stress definitely uses up that recovery battery that your body has, and your body doesn't care what uses it. So I think it's a good idea. As soon as I got the plan kind of rebuilt, there was just like this wave of relief that went over me, feeling like I could do it again. So I think it was definitely a good thing, kind of weighing on my mind a little too much. And I'll still essentially end up with 2 of those longer runs near the end, with a few, it's like 1 or 2 weeks in between them to kind of like drop down and then rebuild back up to it. And if need be, I can drop another one and still have a really long run built in there. Having to walk like little loops here. Since school started up, there's kids waiting at several of these corners, and I don't want to walk by recording myself. And also drives me crazy just having to run past them, like all the stares from the teenagers. But I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care enough to make me stop doing this. But I have thought about running out of the neighborhood and out kind of onto the main road, but I don't know if I want to do that either. But we'll wrap this up. I'm rambling at this point, and go get this Friday crossed off and get on with the work day and get on to the weekend. Got the first 5-mile race of the road race series on Sunday, so looking forward to that. Depending on how I feel when I start, I might kind of try to push the 6 to 7 minute pace instead of slow and easy. I was going to do that for one of the 5 miles and one of the 10Ks, and then the rest of them are just going to be easy pace. But we shall see. I'll see you Sunday. Good morning. Trying to get a little bit of the distance done before the race today. I've got a total of 13 and a half kilometers, something I'm not sure, that I need to do today. So the race takes care of part of that, and then I need to do another 6.5, but I may trim off the other 3.5. We'll see, because I'm going to try to run the race, the whole 5 miles, at my faster pace, if you will. But we'll see. We'll see how everything holds together. Start at probably about a 6:30, 6:45 pace, and then see if we can pick it up from there, speed it up a little bit each kilometer. But I don't know how much I'll be able to record while doing that. I'll definitely get a little thing before we cross the start line and when we finish up. But that's what's coming next. So need to get everything packed in the truck real quick here. Get over there. Probably walk around a little bit more just to stay warmed up, and then get to it. We'll see how we do. See you at the race. We got 2 minutes before it starts up. 5 mile, first 5 mile. Make sure I don't cross the finish line here. Line up with everyone else. Here we go.
Ready.
An NPO situation. No, it's not. You also normally don't have NPO.
I thought Blaine was gonna be out here. Can I be part of your video?
What?
Can I be part of your video?
Sure.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Good job yourself.
Man,
That was hard. My watch said 5K and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I gotta keep going.
The last 2 miles is tough.
That was way different. I did it.
You did
I
it!
got it less than 50.
Yeah. Your
was-
Garmin wasn't sending me.
I don't know why. That was really hard. I actually ended up getting a stitch in my side.
Drinking that soda too fast, maybe?
No, just running that fast for that long. Huh? Yeah, there was 2. I tried to swallow some of the first one, but nearly choked. So then both of that, the rest of that cup and then the second cup I just threw on my face.
Trying to breathe it in.
Yeah. I was running fast.
Were you going to record?
Huh?
Were you going to record some more?
I'm recording now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Dipsicle.
Dipsicle. What'd you call me?
Dipsicle?
Call me a dipsicle?
Yeah. Popsicle dipped in chocolate.
Rude. Dipsicle. Man, I can't remember what week I'm on. I keep intending to remember that. 36, 38, 39. Who knows? And that wraps up the week. I was aiming to get under 50 minutes and I did it. So that was way more difficult. It's a crazy jump from a 5K to a 5 miler. 5 miler. Anyways, just walking back to the truck here. But overall, week felt pretty good. I think I'm gonna call it for the day, not do the last 3.5 kilometers that are on the schedule because I ran fast. But just get back, eat something, cool down, recover, and then next week is a recovery week as well, so that'll be all good. But just want to let you know that if you're on your own journey, whatever that may look like, whether it's fitness, finance, whatnot, I believe in you, that you can do it. Love each and every one of you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.